had to hit my knees, bro. Help me, Lord Jesus, when I'm on my way home. Keep them devils off my back and keep me strapped with that chrome.
Hey man, what's happening with you? What's happening with you? You know I can't play that music, you heard me? But I got a lot of phones and they just be playing music in my car, so I just kind of turned them down. And then I'm gonna add me a microphone in here in a minute, man. I'm gonna add me a microphone and then get ready to head down the road. When I get at the stop sign, I'm gonna add a microphone and clip on, y'all can hear me. It's one of these, man. If you don't want to have one of these, you better get it. You're gonna see how the sound change in just a second when I clip this thing in. Then I gotta go to this gate and wait on it. And once I do that, we on and pop it, man. We up in this thing. I click the little on button right here. So all right. So we'll do that, man, and I'll cut this and edit. Oh no, here it is. There it is. It's coming. It's coming. So let me put this up here. All right, here we go. And last time I had one of these things, I throwed it off at the stop sign. I throwed it off at the stop sign, and I didn't find it. Now that I think about it. Hopefully you can hear me now. At my next stop sign, I'm gonna make sure that this is all the way in. If not, you can't hear nothing I'm talking about right now. So, we shall see here in just a second. Stop again. And make sure this is all the way in now. Okay. So it should be taken. If it ain't gonna take, that's fine. When I get home, I know, man, I was doing all that good old talking and didn't nobody hear me. You understand? So I just want to talk about the lapel microphone for a second. But then I really want to get to a story. So let me get to a story. Let me get to a story. I got my water right here. This is just funny, but I got my Kim Jong-un cup. Kim Jong-un. They were selling some kind of Kim Jong-un soda at the soda's place. So my daughter took the stick off and put it on my cup. To cover up one of my previous jobs that went out of business. It don't bother me that I worked for them and they went out of business, you know what I'm saying? That's on them. They ain't got nothing to do with me. It don't bother me one bit. But while I wait for this traffic to pass, man, I just want to share something with you. It was on my mind. I was scrolling, modifying one of my accounts from a business account to a personal account. You know, all those different things you got to do when you're onboarding and offboarding. And I decided, man, it's really tough to beat the people on TikTok, the wholesalers that have all the product, with just your normal Shopify store, unless you're doing drop shipping, right? And then on drop shipping, I'm just gonna be completely honest with you, unless somebody give me the game, you're not gonna meet TikTok guidelines. TikTok expects you to have your stuff in the air on its way within a 3-day period. I've not seen many drop shippers that can do that. Even print on demand stores, which I own a print on demand store, I could do that. I could get it done within a 3-day period. But since I don't have the product end to end, meaning, I'm paying someone to print it and to ship it, man, I got to make my costs extra high. I used to print shirts, you know what I mean? I had not the Cricut. I didn't have the Cricut. I had the other one. The Silhouette cutter. I have this Silhouette color, man. I have I can sew. I can actually do logos. I can do all this kind of old stuff, man. You'd be shocked with all the stuff that I'm able to do. I can do logos, embroidery. I know how to do all that stuff, right? During the pandemic, we all just learned a bunch of stuff. And then I'm kind of like they always call me like a gangster kind of nerd, because I always learn stuff, man. And I think me and all my brothers like that. Like my grandfather, I said that he had traveled the whole world, man. I used to call him Doc because he knew how to put stuff together. You understand? He wasn't the guy holding the camera when he's filming, but he the one making sure that it's all connected and everything is working properly. The audio, the video. So, he specialized in audio video. And ain't it funny? Like every family reunion, every whatever event we had, Doc was filming. Old Doc was filming. It's just a coincidence of working in the audio video world. I mean, in filming people, I tell you, he had worked with Little Richard and so many people. Like, he had told me some true stories about the man. He had told me Little Richard tried to come in his room and he had to set him straight. You understand? My grandfather, when I say all over the world, I mean all over the world, Russia included. And so he always tinkered with things, man. Was the first dude I knew working on computers, and this is in the 80s, and messing with chips. And I mean, he just was a very smart man. And then one of my brothers, a mechanic kind of dude, and the other one is a networking dude, and both of them have had like excellent videography careers and jobs, and that wasn't even, you know, what they set out to do. I think it just ran in the blood for some reason. We want to document things and share stuff. I don't know. And then some years later, which I never thought I'd be the one doing no stuff like this, or recording, or none of this stuff, editing. I pay people for that, man. Listen, I done started all editing, and I could do a whole bunch of stuff now, man, technically. I'm technically sound on a whole bunch of things now. I understand things on a whole nother level at this point in my life. I guess I just didn't want to learn it. I don't know, but it seems like I was forced to learn it, you know what I mean? So I'm saying that just to say this here, you know, sometimes we're chosen. Sometimes we just do things. I was listening to a lady scroll on my timeline, and some of these things might motivate some people, but certain things piss me off. So I'm gonna share what pissed me off, and then if you can feel it, you know, just come in, like, subscribe, and be willing to like and subscribe, man. Liking and subscribing or following don't cost you $1, man. I don't know why people are so finicky with it. I listen to people tell stories. I don't necessarily need to hear somebody that got no blue check or 20 million people following them. I'm just a regular dude, bro, and I may say something that interests you, and I may not, and if I don't, then move on. The lady hits my timeline on my For You page, and she says, I'm trying to get people to understand that if you keep spending all your money, you'll never have any money. Let me rewind it. I'm trying to get people to understand that if you keep spending all your money, you'll never have any money. Hi, I'm 33 years old. My net worth is $5 million. I turned it after that. It wasn't about the age. I mean, we know the youngsters getting to the money. Their generation gonna be better than my generation. We got to the money. You know, forgive me, guys. I don't mean this in a negative way, but it's negative in crack and street pharmaceuticals. That's how we got to the money. We got to the money in scams and Y2K and truck driving when it was paying a lot. That's how we got to the money. It keeps on changing, man. How you get to the money? We got to the money by buying stocks early on on the internet blast, right? Look at Mark Cuban. That's what made him a billionaire. So I'm saying that to say, different generation, man. Different strokes for different folks. Different people get it different ways. But see, I don't get motivated by that. Because guess who you might be talking to? You might be talking to somebody that understands the basic fundamentals of finance, that understands maybe some advanced fundamentals of investing, diversifying funds, right? That understand the time value of money, that understand compound interest, etc. But man, they done had a hard shake. See, when you come on and you say stuff like that, it just hit me wrong, man. Listen, I done had a house foreclosed before. I done had homes built before. Several. I done had homes with pools built before. Homes. Not one. And what I've learned about this life is that it can be cyclical, man. I've said this before, I'll say it again. It's in the scriptures. It's better for a poor man to become rich than a rich man to become poor. Why? Because that rich man to jump off the deck gonna be 12-story building. Those are facts. He will. He can't say, oh, I don't know what to do. I had millions, now I got 30,000. I don't know what to do. He don't know what to do. A person that been eating Vienna sausages and Spam and bologna with the red thing on it, that ain't really got enough money to say, man, I don't eat pork and I don't eat this. Man, you eat whatever you can. When I hear that all that stuff, I hear that stuff. Man, you eat whatever you can. You eat whatever protein you can. I've been broke. I know what it's like not to have nothing. You understand? And then even in my nothingness, there's people that probably had way less than me. Like me, starving was like not having food for a week. You know what I mean? Them starving maybe not having a meal for, you know what I mean, a year, a month. You know what I mean? Where they got to go get it. They got to go to the, I don't know. So I'm very sensitive to those things that people just holler out. Because I'm going to tell you the things that drain or impact those things that cause you to spend money. See, it's not always about the pleasure. It's not about the luxurious vacations. It's not about the fancy cars, though sometimes those things do cripple people. Sometimes it's about that hospital bill. You had insurance your whole life, were responsible your whole life, but you didn't know you was going to get hit with something like that was going to knock you down. You didn't know your bill was going to be in the 300,000s for a 30-day period because something bad happened to you. And it ain't nobody to help. You didn't know that all of a sudden your mortgage was just going to raise by $1,000 a month and you had strictly planned out your budget and ain't nobody going to help. You didn't know that somebody was going to wreck your car and then say you wrecked them and then you get sued for it and you wasn't prepared for it and ain't nobody to help. You didn't know that somebody was going to get ill or that you lent somebody some money to try to help somebody's kid not go to prison, not go to jail. Help them get a lawyer. And man, in the midst of you doing all your good, your whole little old world about to come crumbling down if you relate your world to finances. Your whole business, your whole job was about to crumble down. It was about to be over. They laid you off. You get laid off and you realize, man, they paying you skibbles. You can't support your kids on this money. You can't do nothing with this money because you've been used to tripling and quadrupling this amount. But them bills you got, like you weren't flaunting or flashy, but them bills that you could afford and that you had money set aside for, all that rainy day and all that, you had investment accounts, all that. Man, listen here. After months of no income coming in, no worthwhile income, man, you'll drain yourself. So my advice to somebody who's going through it, and I know it sucks, but I'm gonna tell you what I would recommend because I'm a person that's been through it. If you can, man, offload some assets. You know what I mean? Offload some liabilities, man. Get rid of some of those expensive things that you have, your car, your house, regroup. Because the biggest thing you can do is try to stay where you at and that money ain't coming in, that money looking funny. You're going to find yourself, man, that dude that you said you would never be. You know what I mean? No offense to nobody, but the dude stocking the H-E-B or the Kroger's, you understand me? But you was the dude that everybody, when they pull up, they said, man, he always got the fanciest lack, he got the fanciest, Benz, the house always nice, clean, whatever. So even though you done touched a couple of $1 million and you've been good, man, all it takes is something to throw you off your thing. So I don't want to hear nobody talking about, all you got to do, if you stop paying everybody, right? You stop paying for everybody and you file bankruptcy. But see, there's some other things associated with that. So while it might be catchy for others, yes, you shouldn't spend all your money. Yes, but saving is for losers. Yes, you should be investing some money. And yes, there is hope. There is hope that even if you find yourself on this other side, man, where you back driving a hoop to do, you understand that you can one day balance out and get back to where you were, to your glory days, your good times. You hear me? But that's what you got to do, man. You got to do what you have to do in your situation to survive it. It's like the rope-a-dope. Do what you got to do. When they're too big for you, sometimes you got to hold them. Sometimes you got to hold them and do the rope-a-dope till they get tired so you can start throwing your licks. Well, sometimes life start hitting you like that. Life hits you like that. So don't get on here and talk about you 33 and some people done been through life. Sometimes life don't be lifing. Or the opposite. Life is life in form. You hear me? Sometimes life is life in form. You hear me? Because life is a continuous stream of diverse patterns with diverse trajectory. So you can be here and end up here. And then you might be in the middle, and then you might be here. There's only a few that make it all the way to the top, and then there's options along the way where you cross somebody out, where you sell your soul. Which brings me to this quick conversation I want to have with you. Would you sell your soul for a jelly roll? Would you sell your soul for a donut hole? Would you sell your soul? I done heard many people, man, on talk shows, whatever, man, say, man, I hope the Illuminati call me. I sell my soul for sale. You know, people joke like that. And it's cool if you joking like that. But some people don't know it's a joke. So you just done negatively influence somebody, one of your listeners. What does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? Sometimes it's a good gut check to lose everything. I'm not saying that I like it or love it. But like I said, man, I was saying this in a live. We go to church sometimes and say, Lord, try me. I'm ready. My heart is pure. Try me. You know, we do all of that. Man, when you in it, man, you don't want to be tried. It's like getting jumped by 20 brothers. You know what I mean? Getting stomped on. You understand? You fighting back, doing what you can. You trying to cover up your vitals. You understand? You doing what you can. You trying to make it off the ropes. That's what it's like, man. Because somebody done said this and it's a fact. When you look like you got it, or when you got it, everybody want to give you some. Of whatever some is, right? Man, if you ever show or look like you ain't got it, you can't get it. I should put that on the shirt. That's going to go in my store. If you look like you ain't got it, man, look at here. You can't get it. Oh, V, man, how am I going to get that, patch it? How am I going to get that back? But, man, when you got it, when I used to pull up, you hear me? $100 bills everywhere, you understand me? Drinks on me, you understand me? Hey, man, if you need something, at that time, you're like, do I look like I need something? You know what I mean? I'm the one paying for the tab. Then you got $20 you want to add? You got $30 you want to add? $100 you want to add? I done paid for the tab. I done paid for the fight. I done paid for everything every time. I done paid for the dinner. I didn't ask you for a dime. Because when you got it, now people, hey man, you want me to give you $5 on it? So man, but when you ain't got it, let's get real. When you ain't got it, bro, you can't get it. Man, old boy must have done fell off. Old boy must be on that stuff. He on that fentanyl. I mean, old boy, you know what I mean? He got it. No, man, sometimes you got to go through it to get to it. You understand me? You got to get down to come up. Some people said you got to stay down to come up. I don't believe in staying down, but you got to get down to come up, man. And so that lady that irritated me, you understand? I'm 33 years old. You can't spend, listen, when you're trying to just stay afloat, it ain't that you're trying to spend your money. It's like I still owe these people that. I can't let that fall. Or should I? You know what I mean? Let it fall, wait for the 7 years and let it rebuild. People that can do that, sometimes you got to do that, man. Sometimes you got to go live rags to riches. I don't have the nice apartments and things before I've got houses and stuff, and I had to go move to the little duplex owned by the APAC people. You understand what I'm saying? The Southeast Asians that had the roaches in it. You understand? I had to do that. You go from that nice apartment to having to pay that cheaper, but it's, you understand me? It's wild dogs running around, loose dogs running around the neighborhood, but you got yourself a duplex. I done that, man. You do what you got to do, man. Sacrifice. And you don't care what folks think. Now, the one thing I'm going to tell you for sure. When you had successes and failures, high highs and low lows, you don't care about what folk think no more, man. When your people, your person, your people, like the people that you wanted to impress and to show mama, I can do it. Daddy, I can do it. Adam May, Granny, I can do it. When they die, get old, get sick, you don't care no more, man. I always wanted to show my daddy that I can get out there and get it, you know what I mean, and come back with it. I always wanted my mama to see it, my granny to see it. But you know, the blessing is they've seen that. They got a chance to see it. Granny and them seen it before she passed. Daddy and them done seen me pulling up. They done seen me iced out. They done seen me balling, baby. So now I don't have to do that no more. I done had the 4,000 square foot home. I done all that, man. I done had the pools. I done had the cars. And I'm going to tell you what's so cold about it. And when I had them, I didn't get them illegally. That's what's so cold. When I had them, I wasn't finna go to the pen. When I say I had, it wasn't because I had, then I had to go do some time. No, man. Life circumstances change. Divorces happen. You know what I mean? You end up paying $300,000 in child support. That's real. So, you know, people don't know what they talk about. And when you're young, I mean, I appreciate it. If she got $5 million, maybe you keep it. And being a female, you probably will keep it. Because whoever you meet, they're going to have to give unto you. You know what I mean? Like the Lord said, give unto Caesar what's due to Caesar. They're going to have to give unto you, whoever you meet. But as a man, who it seems like for the last couple of decades, the whole society has been trying to tear down and break, and you know, he can go through relationship, he can be the one that's not cheating, whatever's going on. They gonna break him. They gonna take all the money he got, and then if he ain't got enough money, they gonna put him in jail. They gonna put him in jail. His kids ain't gonna get to know him because the mama wanna call another man that, oh, call him daddy, baby. Why? How I know? Ask me why I know. Because it doesn't happen to me. Both sides of that coin. It doesn't happen to me, man. I done been dating girls and 2 weeks in, they got their sons or daughters calling me daddy. You know, because the daddy in the penitentiary or whatever it is, or the daddy ain't involved in their life, or the mama don't want the daddy involved in their life. Now, I'm not saying whatever daddy did is wrong. I'm saying it wasn't my kids, it wasn't my biological kid, but I still went to them schools. I still talked to them teachers on their behalf. I still got on them to make they do their homework, you know, make sure they do their homework. Because even though I might have not been with my kids at that time, I wasn't going to relinquish who I am as a man. I ain't going to sit over here and let your kids sit over here at 2 and 3 years old, drink 40 ounces, and you know, and I would have had my kids studying. I would have had my kids saying a prayer before they went to bed. You understand? So those things are foul. But, you know, don't always assume that you got an answer for everybody and that everybody's circumstance is the right, because it's not the case. And in my particular situation, it's certainly not the case. So with that, I'm going to say this, you know, it just really kind of boiled my blood that she jumped on with that. And it's probably going to get her a lot of clicks and a lot of sales or whatever she's trying to do, or affiliate marketing or whatever it is. I'm 33. If you spend all your money, you'll never have any money. Look, that's a wise saying. Robert Kiyosaki said, rich dad, poor dad. He said, you know, saving is for losers. That does not mean to take that literally and never save a dime. It doesn't mean that. It's just saying having that money sitting there and not making money for you, that's going to be to your detriment. And I've seen that too. I've had that. I've had money sitting there for years, not making a dime for me. But then when you needed it, man, and when I say not making a dime, the returns are really low, right? The return on your investment, the ROI. So when you see opportunities, you got to take them. Let me give you one. If you see you driving down the street, man, and you got a jug, you done got tipped off with a couple of racks, 10 racks. Let's just say 10 racks, right? And you got your 10 racks. Now in real life, 10 racks is gonna slowly turn into 5 racks, then 0 racks, because if you never invest that money is going to disappear. Why? Just real life things. I stopped at a restaurant, needed some clothes, needed some gas, needed this. I wanted to see my daughter looking good in this, wanted to see my wife looking good in that, wanted to see my son sporting this, and you just spin it. Gotta say something negative, I'm gonna say it. Like early in my life, I was a jacker. You know why jacking is not a lucrative career? Because you got to go hit another lick. The only way you win is when you hitting another lick. When you ain't hitting a lick, you got to go jack again. You got to go rob again. But my uncle was rich. You know what I mean? Was rich. Worked about 10, 15 million before he died. Asked me how much I got out of it. Nothing. That's how it works. High highs, low lows, man. The people that you think are balling the most are the people you think gonna have your name in the wheel, or man, if this ever happened, throw Vinny this here, throw Patch this out. It don't happen, bro. So show people love while they there. Don't let people get you down.